Hello. I don't know if there's any comments. Oh, hello. Say if you are here. I don't know if there are anybody here, but if you are here, make sure you say hello.
Well, that was a stunning introduction to us.
Yes, it was. Hello, welcome to this Booker Longlist reaction. Welcome to my channel, my lovely Charlie. No, wrong direction. Charlie.
I'm here.
I mean, yeah.
I'm here. I kind of look like I'm fading into the background. I should have chosen a different colour to wear for this evening. I should have put on a flaming ball gown like Charlie has, but I didn't.
It's not a ball gown. It's summer dress.
That was
let us know if you're here and say hi, and then I will make sure we say hi to you. So anyway, how are you today, Charlie?
I, as Charlie knows, have consumed over a litre of iced coffee today. So I'm highly caffeinated. I can taste my lungs in my throat, but I'm fine. How are you?
That's a lot of coffee. You've had a lot of coffee. You're going to be buzzing for quite a long time.
I really did not consider how much coffee was being consumed. Like, I made one when I got to work, and then I made another one when I got to work. Not when I got to work. Then I had a normal coffee. Then I made another at 11 o'clock, and then my volunteer came back from the supermarket, and she'd bought me 500 milliliters of it.
That's a lot of coffee.
I have imbibed a lot of caffeine today, but
hopefully it'll help you get through the live show.
It wasn't an opiate, so we're doing okay.
Yeah. Oh, look, that was me. Sorry. I'm just going to go to the comments. Oh, hi, Camilla. How are you? Hi, my lovely Camilla. Hi, Nadine. Hey, Amelia. Hey, Martha.
I really enjoy all of this because this is kind of the stuff that shows the differentiation between the two of us.
What?
You make sure to greet everyone individually, and I'm just here like, yes, you're very blessed by my presence today.
You can wave. You're tired. You've been at work all day. You're fine.
I can't wave.
I'm going to go to my first banner. If I can. You're just going to have to give me a hot minute. Because I have to scroll down at the side. All right. I've got my banners in order. Right. So what are... Oh dear. One second. What are your overall thoughts on the long list, Charlie? And everyone in the comments, you make sure tell us what your overall thoughts are. But what we're going to do today is, I should have actually said this at the top of this. We're going to go through. We're going to say our overall thoughts. We're going to go through. I've got information about all of the books. Obviously, I've done research, Charlie research today, so I've got information about all of the books. We're going to go through them one by one, like we always do. Like we're saying, like the pages, average star ratings, when they were published, information about the authors, etc. You know, all the usual gumps that Charlie researches. So that's how we're going to do it. And also, Charlie, obviously, we're going to hear what Charlie's reactions are and what my reactions are, and obviously what your reactions are in the comments.
Well, honestly, my overall thoughts are still what my initial thoughts were when I spoke to you this afternoon. As we know, many moons ago, I made the conscious decision that I didn't really want to know what books were coming out. I was trying to avoid all of that news about the publishing world. So for me, there were a lot of surprises in here, but that's simply because I don't know a lot of the books that are coming out at the moment. So I only knew a few of the books that were actually on the list. However, the biggest surprise for me was finding out that I'd already downloaded 2 of them from NetGalley.
Which 2 have you downloaded already?
So I have Audition by Katie Kitamura and Flesh by David Szalay already, because you and I both know exactly what I'm like. NetGalley pre-approves me for books. I download them and then I just forget that they're on my Kindle. If I don't have the physical copy, I forget that the books I own exist.
You do. Object permanence. That's fine.
Yeah, that's exactly who I am.
Have you actually read any of the ones on the list? And everyone in the comments, I can see some of you saying
this is one of the most upsetting parts for me, is the fact that I have not read a single book on this list. I don't suppose I own NetGalley Arcs either, so I don't own a single book from this list. So yeah, sorry if you can hear my dog. But I had heard of 1, 2, 3, 4. I'd heard of 5 of the titles, and I'd heard of one of the authors because a friend of mine recently read one of their previous titles and did not care for it.
Oh, okay. We'll get to that.
So, so I'm already wary of that one. But, people can improve. You'd hope that they'd improve after another novel. So that was me. It's just shocking.
I have only read one, which was Universality by Natasha Brown. I will tell you my thoughts on it. I was like,
I feel like all of your thoughts were just expressed with that one expression.
No, we're going to do more detail than that as we go through the list, obviously. But that was the only. That was. But you know what? Like, I feel like in terms of my reactions to the list, there was one on. So me and Charlie obviously did predictions. Two of our predictions were correct.
Let's say we didn't do predictions. We did a list. What did we do? Did I cast that? I don't think I could do that again.
That was me. I did 2 predictions. That's fine. Okay, we get balloons, we get fireworks, we get all sorts here. So we did wish list. Two from our wish list of 14.
Thank you.
Not predictions, wish list.
Let's not call them predictions because we are not psychic over here.
No, we're not psychic, and actually that proves it because we only got 2. So, but you know what? Actually, one of the ones that we did. So one of the ones in particular, I was super excited for, and that was like there was one book on the whole list that I was like, if this doesn't get listed, I'll be so upset. And it was actually The Loneliness of Sonia and Sunny, and actually that's the one that got listed. So I was like, yes. So I was very excited for that. That was my reaction to that.
Well, I've now requested that on NetGalley because of you, so I'm hoping they say yes.
Yeah, because I have got a copy from NetGalley. So let's go down and let's see in the comments and see what you guys are all saying about your thoughts from the list. So Martha said she's read 2, Universality and Audition. Oh, what did you think of them? Let us know what you thought. She's also said she's got 4 on her. She's got 4 NetGalley arcs 2. Oh, tell us which ones you've got. Amelia said only 2 books I've not heard of before. That usually disappoints me, but nothing to do with the quality of the books. And Nadeem said I've just finished Universality by Natasha Brown. It's a good book. Oh, that's good to hear. And there's Anne. So hi, Anne. So shall we start working? Oh, actually, one of my other banners was what's missing? Let's see if I find it. I've got the. I work hard to get my banners, and now I'm like, I can't find any of the banners.
Hire a producer.
The surprise. Oh, this is it. Surprise omissions. What were you surprised not to be listed? In the comments, let us know as well. If there were any any books that you were shocked that weren't listed, like super shocked? Was there?
We already know.
I know there's 2 for you.
There are 2. Well, I know the one. I know the one that is making me exceptionally, really, absolutely, horribly livid.
Go on, tell us.
Which is We Pretty Pieces of Flesh by Colwell Brown.
That was predicted by quite a lot of people, Charlie.
It was. But as well, like, I understand it. Like, I'm not being mean. I'm not being mean when I say what I'm about to say. All right? Let's just put that out there. Put that out into the universe.
I'm getting nervous.
Person,
just so you know, when you say things like that, it makes me nervous.
I'm not being mean when I say this. We Pretty Pieces of Flesh is set in Doncaster. There's a bit of dialect in that prose. One at Judges.
Oh, I see.
Judges, but one at Main Judges is an American.
So you're saying that
being a northerner who's written a very northern book and knows how sometimes like the American market doesn't necessarily understand it. I do wonder whether it was just a bit too dialect heavy for those folk.
I mean, there is one that definitely that is from the north, from the north. So,
but will it have dialect?
No, I think one's set in Yorkshire as well. I think. So I have got notes because I can't remember them off the top of my head.
My point being, heavily rely on sound and that sort of thing.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So the two that I thought were going to be, and another thing. So I thought there were going to be more Irish books. There is no Irish books.
What? Come on, they put so many Irish books on there over the last few years. There's none left.
That's not true. There's loads of amazing Irish fiction, and there was none, because obviously the head judge is Irish, so everyone assumed there was going to be amazing Irish fiction. There is none. That doesn't mean that the rest of us, we can all like do our research into finding more Irish fiction. But yeah, loads of people had predicted Nesting. Obviously, that wasn't listed. There was a few other books, I'm sure. So yeah, let us know.
Well, it's a shock.
Yeah, lots of other. There's a few. Yeah.
That was the one that I was certain was going to be on there, and was thinking I shouldn't have taken my copy back to the library.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're correct. That one was a shock.
Yeah. So should we go into the comments, Torley? Camilla, sorry. Camilla said, I'm not well versed with new lit fiction. I can't speak. Not new lit fiction. So only heard of 2 to 3 and only read Natasha Brown. Well,
I'm very glad of that, because I'm in the same boat.
I think I've heard of most of them. If I count the ones I didn't actually count what I haven't heard of. 1, 2.
Right, let's get
2, 3. I think the 3 I haven't heard of. So anyway, but I don't. It's not like just because I haven't heard of. Just because I've heard a lot of them. Like I've seen the titles, it doesn't mean I know a lot about. I didn't know previously a lot about them.
I've heard of 6 of the books.
Yeah.
And knew 8 of the writers.
Yeah.
But otherwise knew nothing about any of the titles.
Yeah. That's fair. So Nadeem said, I'm very happy for the book of The Loneliness of Sonia and Sunny by Kieran Desai. She is my favourite author. Oh, that's wonderful to hear. And Anne said, only read Universality. I love Natasha Brown's writing. Yeah, she's getting quite the fan base, isn't she?
I'm really looking forward to hearing your impression now.
No, because I didn't like that book, but I did love Assembly. I just didn't like Universality. I just didn't like it. I'm sorry, but I will again. We'll get to that in a minute. Desai is top of my list to read, and then Kieran Desai won the Booker Prize for the book Inheritance of the Lost in 2006. That is true, and that is in my notes. So thank you, Nadine. That is correct. Right. Speaking of notes, shall we head to the list and we'll start working our way through all the books? Unless you've got anything extra to say.
No.
Is that all right with you?
Fine. I suppose that's my way.
Giving your thoughts on them.
I really don't have any thoughts. You'll have to tell me everything about them.
No, because you can. It's fine. So the first book is Love Forms by Claire Adam, and this this book was published. It's 304 pages. It was published on the 17th of June. I'm going to be like nerdy and tell you the story. I looked up the Storygraph ratings and the Goodreads ratings. So if you want to know it, I'm just going to go through it quickly. I know that obviously some of these don't really make a difference because some of them haven't really been well read. So I will say that as well. But so it's got an average star rating on Storygraph of 3.58 from 16 reviews. And on Goodreads, it's 3.72 with 90 reviews. So also to note, Claire Adams is a Trinidadian author, and this is her second novel. So it's on.
No, go on.
That's right. I'm just going to go through the hashtags from Zigzag. The hashtags on Zigzag, I always go through Zigzag, and it tells you what the themes are from the books.
I forget that entire thing exists.
Oh, I love Zigzag. That's why I love Zigzag. So the hashtags from Zigzag are modern contemporary fiction and general literary fiction. And in terms of the premise, it's we start in Trinidad in the 1980s with Dawn Bishop, and she has a baby daughter. Then 40 years later, there's a woman that appears claiming to be that daughter. And then there's one of the little quote things. It says, "From the very first page, I knew I was in the hands of a master storyteller, an utterly arresting tale of love and grief. After wounding and healing powers of family and the many guises of mother's love." And it says it's an absolute triumph.
Okay, so this is where...
What's your reactions to that?
Okay, so firstly, this was the author who my friend had read their previous book recently and did not like. It was their previous book was my friend's was their most recent book club book, and she didn't care for it. Maybe, if that was her first novel and this is the second, there can be improvement there. I'm not going to deny that. The idea behind the book is, well, there we go with Amelia Reed's. Do
you want me to be highlighted?
I'm no good at these things.
You can do it, Charlie, because we share it, so you can find.
No, I just meant that I wasn't very good at this, but okay. So she has had this similar reaction to Amelia here, that she was very disappointed in the title of that book. And so when I saw that the author was longlisted, I was like, well, maybe maybe this book's much better. The themes behind it are definitely Charlie and Charlie themes, family we like to read about. Trinidad, I feel like it's, we're seeing things that we like to read about within the blurb of this book. And just a coincidence thing, with the idea of the daughter turning up, or someone imitating a daughter, one of the Mary Stuarts I just hauled is doing the exact same thing.
That's quite funny. I love when that happens.
The child supposedly died many years before or went missing or something, and this other person is, are they impersonating them or not?
Yeah.
How about you? What were your thoughts?
Again, to me, I was like, again, like you said, based upon like the initial thing of it, I was quite interested in it. And it is available. I think it, like, as Camilla was saying, is it? I think it is on Audible. I'm fairly certain if it's on Zigzag, it must be on Audible. So,
no, when I was looking earlier, I'm sure I saw it on Audible.
Also, there are ones that are on Everand, and as we go through, I'll tell you which ones are on Everand. I think there's 8 that are available on Everand. Not all of them are from the old version of an Everand. Some of them are only available on the new version of Everand. I'll say that when we get to it as well, just so you know, people watching.
Great to know.
There, if anyone that does want to get them from Zigzag, there are 8 currently available on Zigzag, and again, I will say which ones because you're here. So, right. So yeah, I didn't have like a huge reaction to it. I thought it sounded interesting. Yeah, it's not too long, so like if I can get it available at the library, it might be.
Yeah, this was one that I like. You get put off things by things that other people have said, but I'd be,
yeah, I know, understand that, but maybe from the library,
we really need to make a decision about the way we're going forward with the long list, don't we?
I feel like in terms of attacking the long list, is you have to, well, obviously, first of all, any ones you've already got on your shelves or in your net galley, go to them first, preferably, and then it's like what you can get. I think then it's like library, and then if you really want to treat yourself. So yeah, tell us how you guys are going about the long list, what order you're going into them, etc., etc. Like these are things.
Well, I was wondering about a whole divide and conquer thing.
Oh, you mean, that's a good idea. But do you know what? Like, the problem with me and you, though, because sometimes if we do that, then we'll be leaning into. Depends on how we've, because we're quite mood readers, aren't we?
Oh yeah, I was going to take choice completely out of it. I was going to shove all the titles into Wheel of Names.
But I've already got the loneliness of things, so I have to read that. So that's
I was going to see which ones we had, take out the ones that we already had, and then pick the.
Well, if any of you want us to do that, let us know, and then we'll tell you. But we'll get through the books first. That's quite risky and it's quite scary.
It would ruin Charlie science, but
it would, yeah.
These things are meant
and also we'll end up not doing it anyway because you know what we're like. Because me and Charlie, as soon as you tell us we're going to do something, we do the opposite. So especially him, not me.
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Last week you told me we were having a live stream tonight. I rushed home and ate a sandwich, and now we're here. So I have nothing to add.
I'm gonna just see what you guys are all saying. The net galleys that Martha said about. She's got one boat, Sonia and Sunny, Endling. Oh, Endling's available to request. Oh, that's exciting. Oh, I guess it's probably not now because it's already out.
Well, we can have a look because Sonia and Sunny was still available.
Sorry, yeah, Sonia and Sunny must be because.
Oh yeah, I have the darn thing open right here.
Sorry.
I've got the darn thing open right here. I'll start typing whilst we're sat here, and I can't see you all.
Okay. Everand doesn't offer the same exchange country. Yeah, I do know that, Amelia. So yeah, you are right. But I'll still say anyway, because for the UK people, anyone in the UK watching, I don't know, like, but it's I recognise that to be a truth. And also sometimes it can take your choice off depending on how many you've read. So anyway, we'll go to the next book on my list, which is The South by Tash Aw. Let you guys tell us what you think of this one being on the list, and I'll tell you what my thought. This is on Everand, and it's on the old version everyone, so it's not the new version. And then what my notes are from this is it's 288 pages long. It came out on the 13th of February this year. It's got on Storygraph, it's got an average rating of 3.8 based upon 190 ratings, and then on Goodreads it's got an average rating of 3.75 based upon 178 ratings. This is a first book in a series. And Tash Aw is a Malaysian author, and I believe this to be his 7th book. You can correct me because I may have counted wrong. The hashtags on Everand that I saw are literary, family fiction, family saga, generational saga, hashtag identity and belonging, hashtag love and relationships. It's described as a radiant novel of the belonging that blooms between two boys over the course of one summer, about family, desire, and what we inherit. That's what I've got written down. It is one that I was really interested in, and because I didn't realise Tash Aw is actually a male author, I'd accidentally
we've
for the Women's Prize.
I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Which is rather embarrassing, but I was aware of this book because of that, because I saw the premise previously and was like, oh my god, this book sounds amazing. And then someone said Tash Aw is a bloke, so yeah, which is rather embarrassing. So what are your thoughts on this one, Charlie?
You were just going for a controversial entry. What
was your reaction to this one being listed? It's also the first in a series. Did I say that?
You did. So I've just requested this one on NetGalley. You can still request it. I don't know whether they'll let me have it or let anyone else have it, but it is there available if you want to rush over and do that.
I can get it from everyone, so I don't need to.
Knowing the blurb, again, has a lot of stuff that Charlie and Charlie head towards. Sounds like a Charlie title, intergenerational, all those sorts of things. When I saw the author's name, I was perhaps more interested in this than any others, but I have not read any books by this author previously. I think that, as you said, they've got a number of titles behind them, bit prolific. So I think that automatically you're a bit more engaged when you...
Yeah, I can imagine you being a little bit more more willing to try it based upon that, aren't you?
Yeah.
Because I forgot to say as well, there are 2 debuts on this list, so which I'll
go four defenseless authors. There is
I think that's quite interesting, because in terms of the long list, often we get quite a lot of debuts for the Booker, and this is I feel like there's quite a lot more established authors, not necessarily completely established, obviously, as we've seen, but
clearly the judges are just listening to me.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing.
They finally recognise that I have better taste than them. And...
do you know what we do have? We have amazing taste.
We do.
I'm super excited by this one because, like I said, I did when I I did want to read it based upon the premise anyway, and I have heard some positive things about it. I know some people have also said that there's been mixed feedback about it, but and what are your thoughts about it being in a series? Also, everyone in the watching, let us know what your thoughts.
We talked about this before. Yes. I think the first book in a series is fine.
Yeah.
But there's caveats, because you can have a series where each book's telling one story, and then they're going to follow. They're following the same set of characters in a sequel, but the story's not going to end on a cliffhanger. This is a complete volume, and this is a complete volume. I think that is okay.
I think it's going to be following, from what I remember, unless I'm wrong, and anyone in the comments again correct me. I think it's following certain family members or closely following. So you go. I think that's what the 4 books do.
They're not going to go with the whole north, south, east, west thing, are they? Just for a quartet?
I don't know that.
Oh,
maybe. I don't know.
Oh gosh, is it going to be Ali Smith all over again?
No, it won't. No, I don't. I feel like he's no. We'll see. Watch this space. Charlie, don't. You're going to scare me.
Anyway, if it's all one complete narrative in this book, then I think it's perfectly okay. If it ends in such a fashion as you need to beggar off and read books 2, 3, and 4 before you get any sort of resolution, then no. But I don't think that it would have made the list if it didn't end with some sort of resolution.
Okay, so let's see what the people in the comments are saying. We've got Anne said she's read The South. Oh, what did you think of it? Anne, tell us. Tell us your thoughts on it, Anne. And Martha said, "Is it any good? I had it on my library shelf for a month." Yeah, that can happen, can't it, with books? But yeah, like I said, it is on Everand in the UK, so, and it's on the base level one. And said that I was thinking the same thing, Charlie. Maybe that's what's going to happen. But you know what? I'm really stupid. I just take the. It's probably a really obvious thing to do, actually, isn't it?
Well, we'll see. We could be completely wrong.
And then it'll be which book you're going to say that the North book is your favourite, and then we'll be like,
you really know, because that was what I was about to say.
I know you. And then we'll get Jem saying that hurt is it the East? I'm getting all the bits of the country messed up. We'll say friends from the West and all that. We'll have like a poll on here. Anyway. Just don't. I agree about the nomination for the first book in the series. Yeah, it's less irritating. And then the North will be the best. And agrees with you.
Of course.
Well, I'm going to say that the South is the best then.
Are you even in the South?
I am in the South.
We're not just like part of the Midlands that they said they didn't want.
I am so South. I am Berkshire. That's what I was saying. Anyway, we're getting off tangent. We'll go up to the next book, Charlie.
You can try.
And we're going on to the one that you're going to like try and poke me on. It's Universality by Natasha Brown. I feel like this is a title that most people would have heard of from this list. It's probably, I think, there's two that are really, really are well known. This and The Landing.
This one was one of them. You can say what it's about, but I hate the cover of this one. Go.
I say what it's about, but it's a bit of a weird premise. So it is one I've read. It's the only one I've read. It's very, very short. So anyway, it's 176 pages, and it was published on the 13th of March. This has an average story graph rating of 3.49 based upon 866 reviews, and it has an average Goodreads rating of 3.39 based upon 2,445 reviews. So not the highest reviews. I feel like this is quite a Marmite book, and that was my experience of it. This is Natasha Brown's second novel. Natasha Brown is a British author. And basically, the premise of this is at the beginning of the book, some guy is in a farm and he gets clobbered by a gold bar. And then basically, the book takes you around various viewpoints. Basically,
I've read that he's in Yorkshire.
That's the Yorkshire. Yeah, that's the Yorkshire.
Remain in Yorkshire.
It's a Yorkshire farm. It's a Yorkshire farm. Yeah, you are right. I'm sorry.
Does the book remain in Yorkshire for the duration?
I don't honestly remember it. I feel like I literally feel like I've forgotten.
Anybody who's read this book, does it remain in Yorkshire for the duration?
I feel like it's the people in the area. It's basically what it is. It's not so much about the place. It's more about people's opinions. It's all about different viewpoints. It's like you've got like a journalist. There's like, and it's basically their retelling or their thoughts on the events that happened and their interpretation of different people and stuff within it. And it's all like, it's very like, I think it's like talking about language, and I think
we found, if it's good, we found a me Charlie book and not a you Charlie book.
Yeah, you possibly would. I've got this at home, Charlie. I'll send you my copy.
You see, this is what friends are for.
I will. I got it. I got it brand new, and I'm not going to read it again. So
taking the proverbial about what part of the country they're from, and then
I think I've still got it anyway.
I hope you've still got it. If you haven't, then
no, I think I have, because I was going to try and reread it, but do you know what? I'm not going to. I'll send it to you instead.
If you have it, send it. If you don't,
I'm fairly certain I didn't get rid of it because I was excited for it. But alas, but I think it would be one that probably does merit a reread. But I can get it from the library. So
you could always send it to me, and I'll just send it you back.
Oh no, I can just read it from the. I don't read. I'm not excited to reread it. So like that, I'm not trying to put anyone off. But
oh gosh, no.
Sorry.
Angela's already said
there isn't much Yorkshire dialect. I'm sorry. I still think it could be you though, because based upon the whole like it's not like a clever book, but it's like I don't know. I just wasn't engaged by it, and also because like the first book, Assembly, basically followed this one character throughout the day and stuff like. I don't know. I really, really loved Assembly, and because of how much I loved Assembly, I was like so excited for Universality, and it just kind of like it was just like. It's like,
That's such a descriptive word.
Yeah, it was a bit of a letdown, which, you know. And I'll read another thing that it says on here. It says, remember words are your weapons. They are your tools, your currency. Yeah. And I haven't really got anything else to say about it. So sorry, people. Let us know if it's one you love. I do think it's a bit of a Marmite one. People that love it, love it. People that don't love it, forget about it.
I am so looking forward to this just now, just to see how I get on with it.
I want to hear your thoughts.
Just knowing your opinion.
Yeah, I do. I want to know your thoughts. So the nenext one we're getting on to, I'll get to my banners. I've got to start scrolling down, which means you just have to wait a second. We've got, the one that I nearly predicted. This is one that me and Charlie, when we were talking, I had this written down and I bumped it off for another one. So I can't remember which one I bumped it off for, but I did. Do you remember me, Charlie, doing that?
I remember you telling me you were doing that.
Yes. So this is one that's a Fitzgeraldo edition. We haven't seen Fitzgeraldo on the booker, the general booker for a hot minute.
Yeah.
Sorry? They did used to get listed quite regularly, but it's been a hot minute. So here we go. Where's my notes on One Boat? So yeah, One Boat by Jonathan Buckley. This is 166 pages according to my notes. It was published on the 13th of March. It has an average Storygraph rating of 3.23 based upon only 21 reviews. So again, this is not one that's been widely read. And then it's got an average Goodreads rating of 3.30 based upon 104 ratings. And also the author is from the West Midlands. And I believe this to be his sixth.
Yeah, your thumbs up the West Midlands.
I did. There you go then. That's good. My auntie lives in the West Midlands. There you go. And my so does my cousins. So yeah, this I believe this to be his sixth book. So yeah. I would tell you about the story. That's the whole reason we're here, isn't it?
Well, yeah. I read the blurb.
Yeah. Would you want to say? You can say about it if you want.
Oh, have you got the blurb there?
I have. I've got on her father. Teresa returns to a small town on the Greek coast. We encounter some of the people that she met last time when she was there, and then they talk about their longings, regrets, the passing of time, their sense of who they are. And I put One Boat, and then one of the quotes that I wrote down is, "One Boat is a brilliant novel grappling with the questions of identity, free will, guilt, and responsibility." There you go.
It sounds like an average at a charity shop. That does.
I think it sounds quite cool, and it sounds quite summery because it's like obviously set, like I said, in Greece. So you know, I feel like it seems like one that, and because it's not long, it would be one I'd want to sample, like on Kindle, if I can. Like, oh, as well, I think is this on Everand? Yeah, this is One Boat is on Everand as well. The normal Everand.
I'd like. It's just.
What's your faces for? Tell us your thoughts.
I've read the blurb as well.
Sounds quite quiet.
Well, yeah, it talks about how it's a quiet one, and someone's like coming to terms with the violent death of their nephew, and they're like, "Oh, it's a summary read."
I didn't read that bit.
Violent death.
I didn't read that.
I have to read this in August.
That would be why it says about grappling questions and stuff.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it does sound quite sad then, doesn't it? It says after losing her father.
Yeah, she's grieving her dead mother.
Oh, I messed up. I must have, when I was actually skim reading the premises and just trying to write down, and so that must be the thing that
I know that we really enjoy grief as a theme, but we like
it's not like, it's not summer special.
Why summary grief and death?
No, what I mean is I like books set like when like it's set in a summary setting. I'm not saying it's a summary, light-hearted book. I mean,
that's exactly what I thought you were saying.
No, well, I don't know. All the Booker books are mostly sad anyway, so I could be completely wrong.
I'm hoping they're all like we've got 13 comedies here now.
I mean, there might be.
I hope it's 12 comedies, and then this one's just really depressing.
I don't think they are, because if I read Universality, and that's not comic. Actually, some people would say it is comic, slightly, but no. Anyway, that's a whole other thing. Right, here we go. We've got. You're gonna go through. You go through them, Charlie.
No, I'll just give you that one.
No, you can go for it, Charlie. You press the buttons. You can press the buttons.
I press one button. You press all the buttons.
Well, you can say it then.
I'm not saying that. There are exclamation marks there.
Okay, it's Andy says it's booker season, baby.
There we go. You do enthusiasm. I don't do enthusiasm.
Yes, that's what we're here for. Enthusiasm about the booker. That's why we're here.
I like the idea of us being the deciding vote on universality.
Charlie. Yes. Even though, like, do you know what? I do think there's a load of people that are going to love universality and like equally disliking it. I just think it's a Marmite book. This is what I just think. You want to go through and say the next one?
Nah, I'm done now. I've pressed enough buttons. I've hurt my index finger.
Amelia says, I thought Assembly was good, but not as exceptional as I can't speak words, as exceptional as it was generally received. Yeah. These are the quality hot takes here.
This
from you guys, from me and Charlie. Sorry?
This was making me laugh.
I was going to take it to Greece as my beach read. Maybe not. But you know what, though? And you say that, but you love a book that's kind of devastating. So, you know, that's my answer to that. Shall we go to the next one that I've got to make sure I slowly say and don't say it really fast?
Oh, no, say it how you want to say it.
No, I'm not. I'm going to be careful. This book is called, and I'm not going to laugh, I'm just going to say it really slowly.
I am already laughing.
Flashlight by Susan Choi. Anyway, we're 3 years old. This is what
I would hope that 3-year-old people don't know the alternative.
No, I mean my humor. Wait, stop it.
Oh,
right,
God.
anyway, we're going to move past the title and we're just going to focus on the bit I've got to do. Let us know if you've read Flashlight by Susan Choi. So anyway, Flashlight by Susan Choi is 464 pages. It was published on the 10th of July. The Storygraph ratings for this the average Storygraph rating for this are 4.09 based upon 279 reviews, which is actually the highest we've got so far on the list that we've got based on, I know that regardless of whatever, but and then also on Goodreads, it's got an average rating of 3.85, which is a bit lower, but that's still really good, and that's based upon 464 reviews. Susan Choi is an American novelist. This is her fourth novel, obviously her most famous being Trust Exercise, which won the National Booker, and I can't remember which year it won it, but it won the National Book. It won the National Book Award some years ago. Yeah. So we've got the hashtags for this are historical, general literary, identity and belonging, narrative themes of inclusion, diversity, equality, and then hashtag of family life fiction. It's described, it said that, my notes say, 10-year-old Louisa goes for a walk with her father along the beach, and then she wakes up and basically she has been like washed ashore and her father is missing, presumed dead. And then what happens is we kind of fast forward in time and the disappearance has shattered the family. Her mother takes them back to the USA and basically eventually the mystery of what happens to her father slowly gets unravels. And it says that a quote from this is, Flashlight is a masterpiece that moves between the post-war Korean immigrant community in Japan to suburban America and the North Korean regime to tell the astonishing tale of one family swept up in the tides of the 20th century history.
Honestly,
there's a lot.
Through all of the laughter based on what you told me an hour ago about the title of this book,
sounds good.
I honestly, again, I would have put this down as our third Charlie and Charlie book.
Yeah, it sounds good actually, doesn't it?
We have a like book that's spanning a timeline. We have like a family. We have trauma. It sounds great.
It sounds amazing.
It sounds exactly like what Charlie and Charlie like to read.
Yes.
Well, then you had to go and spoil it all.
I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I jumped ahead and didn't realise.
It does. Like my reaction to this is like, first of all, seeing it with Susan Choi, like I haven't really been drawn to her books previously, if I'm completely honest with this. But like you said, based upon the premise, there's something really intriguing about it, and I feel like it is one I would want to read. if the library get hold of it, or maybe possibly as an audiobook, but that depends. I haven't sampled any of the audiobooks with these yet. This one is, I believe, this is on the new version of Everand. So if you've got the new version of Everand and you're in the UK, you can possibly get hold of this from Everand. But
there is also like the beginning of the premise is a bit like The Furrows by Namwali Sapel.
Oh, okay.
Where that has a child supposedly drowning, and then the question is there, did they or not, and what happened. But then, we also have Neighbours to think about. And yes, I am talking about the Australian soap opera.
Oh.
The plane crash in the early 2000s. We still can't be completely sure what happened to Harold Bishop's family.
Do we care? Does anyone care what happened to Harold Bishop's family?
Well, I imagine he did.
I mean, yeah. Sure he did. But Neighbours is over now. It's over. It's done. It's been done. It's been redone and then back again. There's a whole story about Neighbours.
I know.
So anyway, let us know if you're interested to read Flashlight in the comments. My only concern with this is it's it's nearer the 500 bit, so it's the bigger end of 400. Which
bank holiday.
If it's really good, then it's fine. But it could be one that we kind of like. Maybe is it going to lose its?
Leave it for the August bank holiday.
Maybe. Yeah.
You got no better to do.
Okay, then. Should we go to the next one?
We can.
Right. Here we go. Banners. Oh, the next one's one I'm excited for. The one I was most excited for, which is The Loneliness of Sonia and Sunny by Kiran Desai. This isn't yet released. It's the only one on the long list that isn't released. So again, this is it's out of 13 books, there's only one that hasn't been released. Hold on, excuse me. Which actually for the booker is quite good. Yes, it does mean that it's the 20th. It's like I said, it's due to be published the 25th of September, but hopefully the publishers will now push that date forward. I do not know. It's the longest book on this list at 688 pages. Kiran Desai is an Indian author, and she won the Booker in 2006 with The Inheritance of Loss, as we previously mentioned. I believe this to be her fourth book. My notes say, obviously there's nothing on Zigzag for this, but we've got a spellbinding story of two young people whose fates intersect and diverge across continents and years, an epic of love and family, India and America, tradition and modernity. Families, and it says families try to match up their kids when they're little. So I believe that the two, Sonia and Sunny, meet at basically a train station. And when they're like kids, and the grandparents are like trying to be like, oh, push them together, which obviously annoys them and then pushes them further apart. And then what happens is I think we zoom forward to the future. I do not know. Maybe it just slowly ambles us to the future. I do not know. But then Sonia is basically an aspiring novelist who lives in the US, works in the USA, and then she returns to India to see her family, I think. And then you have Sunny, who is a journalist who is resettled in New York City. I think this is the second one to be set in New York City, FYI. Which isn't, again, not surprising based upon one of the judges. Possibly, I don't know. Is that a reason? I don't know. And then basically it's about their search for their happiness together, I believe. I'm excited for it. It's the only one I've got. Yeah,
I don't know. I have appreciated your enthusiasm about this one. And it's one of those where I'm like, oh, that's a really long book. At the same time, I think all of the classic novels that go on for over 600 pages, and so then I'm like, well, maybe it's a book that it's necessary to take all that time to tell the story. So that's the only thing I can think of at the moment. Again, I'm still debating if this is a proper Charlie and Charlie book.
I think it's going to be too long to be you. I feel like it's much more of a me book than a you book.
Well, I
like books.
I don't mind a long book, but
I love books like discussing like friendships and things. But even I feel like based upon what I've just read, it's like they're meant to be a little bit further apart based upon that. But so I don't know. We're going to see. I guess we'll find. I can't wait to discover. Yeah. I just can't wait. Honestly, this is probably my top book. I'm so excited to read. I'm so excited for it. it just seems such a me book, and I'm so excited. So anyway, we're going to the next one. So let us know in the comments if you have. No, you won't have read it. It's not out yet. No one's read it. Some people might have read it.
Everybody here's read it. It turns out it's all been a prank, and you and I are the only people on planet Earth who've never read this book.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Don't think that's the truth.
You'd never know.
Never know, Charlie. Never know. This is one. Okay, right. This is one we predicted. Another one we predicted. So we've got the 2 books that we not predicted, because you don't like saying predicted, do you?
Well, it was a wish list.
Okay, 2 books that we put on our wish list.
You're the one who decided we were calling it a wish list.
Yes. Okay. So 2 books that were on our wish list, not a prediction. And this is the second one, which is Audition by Katie Kitamura. This is one that we already know that the head judge loves, apparently. I believe. And I've got my information here is that it is 192 pages long. It was published on the 17th of April. The average Storygraph ratings are 3.49 based upon 2,274 reviews. And the average Goodreads rating is 3.32 based upon a whopping 10,099 reviews. I want to note that this book has got the highest amount of ratings of all of their books, and it wasn't the most it wasn't published the longest ago. So there's definitely I believe kind of a lot of hype around this.
Yeah,
the author is sorry, I don't want to interrupt you. The author is an American novelist. I think this is her 8th book, and you can say the stuff about the book. You can say the book.
No, all I've got is what the Booker Prize have listed on their website, which is just the blurb, calling it an exhilarating, destabilizing novel that asks whether we ever really know the people we love. 2 people meet for lunch in a Manhattan restaurant. That means they're rich. She's an accomplished actress in rehearsals for an upcoming premiere. He's attractive, troubling, young enough to be her son. Who is he to her, and who is she to him? Well, if she's not his mother, there's every chance he's a gigolo. In this compulsively readable, brilliantly constructed novel, 2 competing narratives unspool, rewriting our understanding of the roles we play every day: partner, parent, creator, muse, and the truths every performance masks, especially from those who think they know us most intimately. Well, I don't know anyone intimately unless they're handing me cash.
Give us cash.
Yeah.
That's the way to our hearts.
It's the way to my heart. Honestly,
that and biscuits for me.
The second paragraph, I'm like, yeah, 2 competing narratives. Maybe I might like that, as we talked about. I like that idea, but I
have to be honest. I'm not excited for this. I was excited because obviously that's why I put it on our wish list. And then the more people have spoken about it, the people that have actually read it, some like Ben said it's like, obviously he's very, very lovely, but he said it's like for like super like brainiacs, like it's for like people that are like intellectually, like very intellectually stimulated, or like so I don't know. To me, it means that's like, I don't know. It feels a bit like it could be a little bit. I don't want books that make my brain hurt. Like, sorry.
I think what we need to do in terms of this book.
This is not the kind of reader I am.
You get a bottle of white wine. I get a bottle of white wine.
Yeah.
We drink it. We read the book, and then we'll get it.
No. You can drink it. What I'll do is you can get a bottle of wine. I'll film you, or I'll talk to you, and then, or we could just go live. I'm joking, and then we can see what your reaction is. What will actually happen is Charlie will read the book, probably slightly inebriated, and then message me. That will be actually what happens.
Oh, no, I'm not doing that. If you're not getting involved in this, I'll just read it on my own without the alcohol.
No, without the alcohol. Well, that's less fun for you.
The most exciting thing for me about this book is the fact that it's got less than 200 pages. Or fewer than 200 pages, I don't know.
Yeah, it is. It's only 192 pages. Yeah, it's very short. So we see what you guys are saying. So Amelia said, I put 4 books on hold at the library and I can find 2 on Everand. The others I can't find anywhere. But that might change in the next couple of weeks. Yeah, because sometimes Everand does react to when things are put on lists. They do often. Martha said, I read this last month. I'm still reflecting on the deeper meanings. It's like her last book about translations. Yeah, so it's a lot of thought, which is like, to me, big brain energy.
I wonder whether it's a bit like Rachel Cusk, though.
Oh, I think that I'm sure one of the books someone referred to Rachel Cusk. I don't know if it was this one or another one, but yeah.
Well,
So,
you know, just because
could be this one.
Her books generally take a theme, have a small plot thing happening, and then go on to explore that theme. You know, like you can see people might meet for something, and then she'll go off on a reverie for ages.
Yeah.
You know, like, honestly, I'm not going to discount this book. For me,
you might like it.
This has become one
I'm semi-intrigued by.
I'm intrigued by, for like Amelia's put here, that it might be a bit pretentious.
Yeah, that's what my concern is, Amelia.
But like, from the cover, when I saw the cover of this one, I didn't get that. So maybe for me, it's one of those that's been like, my impression's been coloured by that fact. But
we'll still see. Watch this space. Do you want the next one? You can take it. Oh, she said, please no. Right. So the next one we've got is The Rest of Our Lives by Benjamin Markovits. On the website, it says Ben Markovits, but I'm going to put Benjamin because when I tried to Google Ben Markovits, it didn't come up on Storygraph. So that is why I put the full name. And also, this is one of 2 Bens on this list.
I am really looking forward to this one. You can give you can give like all of your stats and everything about this. But when I read the blurb of this one, I was very excited about this book.
That's really good. So The Rest of Our Lives by Benjamin Markovits. It's 218 pages, so not very long. It was published on the 25th of March. The Storygraph ratings for this, there aren't loads of reviews for this again, but the Storygraph ratings, average Storygraph ratings for this is 3.05. That's based upon 22 reviews. And then the average Goodreads rating is 3.59 based upon 288 reviews. So a little bit better. Well, quite a lot better. and Benjamin Markovits is an American author. I believe he has previously written 12 novels. And what I've got on the notes of this is what's left when your kids grow up and leave home. When Tom's wife has an affair, he is resolved to leave her once the kids are all grown up. 12 years later, after dropping his daughter off to university, he remembers that sort of like thing that he said about. And then he just keeps driving, and he drives to go and see friends, family, and an old girlfriend. And the thing, as soon as I read that, the thing that popped into my brain is the quote that is from The Guardian, which said, excellent. Well, I didn't think excellent. I'll tell you in a second what I thought, but it says, excellent. This compelling depiction of life at a crossroads is the male counterpart to Miranda July's All Fours. And that is... All Fours is exactly what I thought of when I heard that premise. I was like, this is like a male version of All Fours.
You see, I didn't get that.
Because he's going on a road trip. He's abandoning his life. It's like having a midlife moment.
I never read the blurb of that book. All I thought of was not necessarily road trip novels, but all of the great American road trip films.
Yeah, I can understand.
And so that is what I thought of as soon as I read the premise of this. I also
it could still be a U book.
I also thought of The Unlikely Pilgrimage of Harold Fry.
That's true.
I thought about Lillian Boxfish Takes a Walk. I thought about all of these books where people have gone on and traveled and had, I don't know, epiphanies. And isn't this the author who also used to be a basketball player?
I didn't look. That's one fact I didn't find. So yeah, maybe.
It was listed somewhere that one of the authors was a basketball player, and I'm pretty sure. Cool. After graduating, he became a professional basketball player in Germany.
That's amazing.
And he's published essays, stories, poetry, and reviews all over the place.
That's amazing, Charlie. I think it's just because it gave me the feeling of All Fours. I was very immediately terrified. So because that's a book I really despised with like. Well, I hadn't actually finished it. I DNF'd it, but I just it made me feel a bit sick, and I didn't like it. So it scared me. And then as soon as I heard the premise of it, I was like, not another All Thoughts, which I think someone actually said in the comments. And said, the more you're talking about it, the more I want to read it, especially if I get to drink wine. I think you meant the previous book.
Yeah, I think that's Audition.
Audition, yeah.
Some books are really improved. Well, I'm saying wine, but more often than not nowadays, it's just bitter like my soul.
Oh, Charlie. That should be the quote of the day. Anyway, Martha said her last book was about language and translation. This is again Audition was and this one seems about acting. Both seem focused on messages coming through a body and a mind. That's so clever. Like Martha's so clever. Like, yeah, it does seem like that. You're very right. Never heard of the author before, so I'm curious. I think this is reference to
the rest of our lives, yeah.
And then Emily says, "Hi, Charlies. We love you, Emmy. I'm going to do some hearts because she's my little sister. She's not my little sister. She's my big sister."
I was about to say, she's older than me.
Yeah, she's older than me.
Much older.
3 years. Or 2.5 years, but anyway. No, and anyway, so Anne said no, not another all fours. And then all fours, I'm sold. Of course, as soon as you mentioned that to Amelia, she's in. Yeah, do you know what? We'll watch this space. What I think I will do with this book is kind of wait to see what people say, and then yeah.
Well, I'm not. This is one of the ones I'm going to seek out first, I think.
That's good. I'll wait to see what you say then. Yeah. Should we go to the next book?
I suppose.
I suppose. The next book is the 9th book on this list, and this is the one that I think is probably the most known, I would say, which is the Andrew Miller. This year was the winner of the Walter Scott Prize for historical fiction. So and this is 384 pages. It was published on the 24th of October, so it was one of the oldest books on this list to be like
longlisted.
Yeah, it was one of the it was published the longest time ago on this list. And then in terms of the ratings, it's got an average Storygraph rating of 3.9 based upon 102 reviews, and then it's got an average Goodreads rating of 3.91 based upon 767 reviews, which actually 3.9 is actually quite a good rating. I would have thought there would have been more reviews for it than that, considering it was the winner, but only one recently, probably not that long ago. Anyway, so Andrew Miller is a British novelist. I think he's got 10 previous novels. And again, this is historical. Hashtags for this are historical fiction, narrative themes of a sense of place, weather/climate change and stuff. And it's got a blurb from Samantha Harvey, which who was obviously the winner of the last year's Booker. And the less I say about that, the better. It's set in December 1962 in the West Country. It says then there's a local doctor called Eric Parry, I think, who it says I've got mulling secrets, sets out on his rounds whilst his pregnant wife sleeps in their cottage, and then you've got Rita Simmons and her dairy farmer husband, who's basically looking after their farm. And it says what I've got it written down here is, but when the ordinary cold of an English December gives way to the violent blizzards, the two couples find their lives unravel. And it says, where do you hide when you can't leave home, and where in a frozen world can you run to? And
culture.
Your thoughts on this one, Charlie? And everyone in the comments, tell us what your thoughts are.
So we get this author's books in charity shop a fair bit.
Oh, really?
So I know he's a popular author. I was interested in this one because it sounded bleak, and
I've requested this one.
Oh, good. Did I? I can't remember what I did about
from
this
the library,
book.
not from NetGalley.
No. That's what I was wondering if I'd requested this one. Yes, I've requested this one. Yes, I have.
Oh, we can read this one together.
We talked about this an hour ago.
Oh yeah, did we?
I said how I'd requested it from the library, but it was one that I thought that I would want to purchase afterwards. Yes. So yeah, we've both got this book incoming. So yeah, bleak, wintry, snow, December, farming.
Yeah. I'll just quickly I'm just going to quickly highlight this comment so Jen can see. And she says, what are you comparing to all fours? And it was the one before this book. It was The Rest of Our Lives by Benjamin Markovitz. I will send you a picture of the book later, Jen. Anyway. So I don't know how to take it off. Can you help me? Anyway. Thank you. So yeah, no, I'm excited to see this listed. This book has had quite a lot of buzz. It has already won a prize this year. So does that mean it's still entitled to win another prize? Obviously, Demon Copperhead stormed 2 prizes. So
we've seen it happen before. They're allowed to.
Yeah. Oh, so Amelia said, I've read Ingenious Pain by him ages ago and really liked it. So I really want to read this one before. Oh, that's really, really good. We missed some other comments. You can do it, Charlie.
So which one would you like? Would you like?
I don't know because I can't see what the above are.
Orbital.
Oh yeah, and loves Orbital.
Actually,
I shouldn't go that. I should go.
Would you like Amelia with not Snorbital again, please?
Snorbital. No Snorbitals. I wonder if there's going to be any that are. I wonder which ones. We'll have to see which ones we think are going to be the not the duds, but the ones that are like everyone goes about. We'll have to predict that after. What, that face?
That face.
I knew you would say something about that.
You know, that face.
Right. Anyway, I'm super excited. But in terms of Land in Winter, I'm super excited for it. I think we can both universally say that, can't we? Yes. And the only thing that concerns me about reading the Land in Winter is I don't like reading books out of season. And winter in the hot of summer, but then maybe it'll make us feel cooler. I don't.
Do you not remember that episode of Recess?
No.
No, because you couldn't watch Recess because you were an adult at that time.
No, Recess was that the little cartoon on the Disney cartoon?
Yeah.
I do remember the cartoon.
Oh, sorry. It's just because you're so much older than me that I thought you wouldn't know about it. The episode where there's a bit of a heat wave, so Gus just starts thinking about his nice cold holiday. That's how he remains cold while everyone else is moaning about the heat.
Oh, there you go then.
Yeah. You want to talk about the next book?
Yeah. We've got Endling by Maria Riva. This was one that, again, had a bit of buzz around it. I hadn't heard of it before people started doing their predictions. And then as soon as all the predictions were coming out, everyone was mentioning Endling. And I was like, what is this book? And it's got quite a wacky premise, which, again, we'll get to in a second. But it's 353 pages, and it was published on the 3rd of June. Maria Riva is a Ukrainian author. This is one of the debuts on the list. One of the two debuts. But she has also had a previous short story collection, I believe. Right. So in terms of what my notes, I have got. This is another one that I could probably do if you help me with the premise anyway. Okay. It's set in Ukraine 2022, and I've got Eva is a scientist who's looking for. Do you want to just read it?
Well, we don't need to read the blurb, but I can read.
Yeah, there's like a snail, so I think it's like this is the Rare Snails book. Whenever anyone's talking about this book online today, they've been talking about the rare snails. It's meant to be a little bit wacky and weird, but it's also talking about these really like important themes, and obviously it's got the backdrop of this like horrible, obviously the war of Russia invading Ukraine. So
let's read the blurb, shall we?
Yes, you can go ahead and read the blurbs.
Ukraine, 2022. Now we've got to butcher some names to get through this. Yeva is a maverick scientist who scours the country's forests and valleys, trying and failing to breed rare snails, while her relatives urge her to settle down and start a family of her own. What they don't know, Yeva already dates plenty of men, not for love, but to fund her work, entertaining Westerners who come to Ukraine on guided romance tours, believing they'll find docile brides untainted by feminism. Nastia and her sister Salomia are also entangled in the booming marriage industry, posing as a hopeful bride and her translator while secretly searching for their missing mother, who vanished after years of fierce activism against the romance tours. So begins a journey of a lifetime across a country on the brink of war, 3 angry women, a truck full of kidnapped bachelors, and Lefty, a last of his kind snail with one final shot at perpetuating his species. This sounds so weird that I think it could be my favourite book.
I know. I think this could be This could be a favourite. It's actually like, did I say about the average of star ratings? I didn't say about their ratings. Sorry.
I don't care. I'm sold.
Yeah, this has got a really high ratings. So the average Storygraph ratings is 4.15, and based upon 228 reviews. And the average Goodreads rating is 4.05, with an average that's based upon 833 reviews. So the ratings for this, the reaction to this previously is really, really good. It's kind of been quite beloved by the people that have read it.
Yes, this like it sounds like.
And I think that it does have a camper van on the cover, I believe, and
it could be as utterly bonkers as something by DBC Pierre, who we know previously won and was longlisted for the Booker many moons ago. I'm hoping that it's not given all of the good bits away in the book.
It has a cloud on the cover, but there's another one that does have a.
I'm hoping that the writing matches the premise.
Yes.
Yeah.
I hope so, but I do believe that's the case. I think one cover has a cloud on it, and I think there is another one because it's like a cloud snail, and I think the other one possibly does have a camper van, unless I'm imagining it. I can't remember. No, or does it not? Yeah, no, yeah. Look, I thought I remembered it. Yeah, and you see, that's the other cover.
Oh gosh, that's a much better cover.
Well, I do like clouds on a cover.
That cover there, I feel like maybe if I saw the actual cover with the snail on in person, but like that cover looks like there's going to be something a bit insane.
No, it does. It does look really good, actually.
It's very tricky, that one does. Whereas, yeah. Also, let's just go around with truckloads of horrible men and just drop them off in places. Like, you come over here thinking you're going, oh my goodness, we could send them all to monasteries. No.
Monasteries?
Yeah, and repopulate the monks. Forcibly monkify them.
You can't say that.
I just did.
You can't monkify them.
I can't. We've just come up with it.
No.
Charlie Monkifying Industries.
Next t-shirt. Anyway, we're such weirdos, Charlie, aren't we?
This is why this is a book for us.
Yeah, we need to read Endling, and we'll get Ange with us, because I'm just saying it's her kind of book. Right. Anyway, we've only got 3 more books left to talk about. My nose is getting itchy, so excuse me.
Yeah, come on. I finished my cup of tea nearly an hour ago.
Sorry?
I finished my cup of tea nearly an hour ago. Let's get through this.
Yes, we've got this. So, with the 11th book is Flesh by
David Szalay. Yeah, exactly. Well done.
Yeah. This is 368 pages. It was published on the 6th of March. It has an average Storygraph rating of 3.89 based upon 263 reviews, and it's got an average Goodreads rating of 3.89 based upon 238 reviews, which is actually that's not a bad figure for a good.
That's a mid-one.
Yeah, I have heard quite mixed things about this. But anyway, I'll say that in a second. David Szalay was born in Canada, grew up in London, and when you Google him, it says he's a Hungarian British author. I want to put that as a note to be noted.
Good for them.
Yeah, and yes. I believe this to be is it their 6th book, and it says, oh, my nose is so itchy. Excuse me. It's a propulsive novel about a man who is unraveled by a series of events beyond his grasp. And you can read the rest if you've got it. That.
Okay, so are we talking about 15-year-old Istvan?
Yeah.
Lives with his mother in a quiet apartment complex in Hungary.
Yeah.
New to the town and shy, he's unfamiliar with the social rituals at school and soon becomes isolated with his neighbour, a married woman close to his age, as his mother's age, as his only companion. Their encounters shift into a clandestine relationship that Istvan barely understands, and his life soon spirals out of control. As the years pass, he is carried gradually upwards on the 21st century's tides of money and power, moving from the army to the company of London's super-rich, with his own competing impulses for love, intimacy, status, and wealth, winning him unimaginable riches until they threaten to undo him completely. Spare and penetrating, flesh asks profound questions: what drives a life, what makes it worth living, and what breaks it. I'm sorry, but I was entirely bored by that entire bloody blurb.
Honestly, me too, actually. This is not a me and you book, is it?
Oh my Christ. Spare and penetrating? What's that, an orgy at Weight Watchers? I do not care.
Yeah, I don't think this is a me and you book. I have heard mixed things about it, but the ratings are quite good. So let us know if you've read this book, because this has been obviously
This
came
is
out.
the other one I have on my Kindle.
I feel like quite a few people have read this. Look, my lovely Zach's here. Hi, Zach. Missed you. And then we've got Amelia sticking up for Charlie as always. And you are right. I know you are right. Whatevs.
Well, I can remember the hype surrounding this author's previous Booker-nominated book, and I was unable to finish that book as well. So, as I say, I got this book from NetGalley on my Kindle. I'll have a look at it.
So you can try it.
But I'm just like...
Yeah, the blurb doesn't do it. But you know what? Because this is sometimes you have a blurb that's really, really boring, and then the book is good because obviously, like Amelia said, Bob loves this book. So, yeah, maybe the premise is poor, but the execution is good. Rather than it's better to go in like that than, because I hate it when you go in and you've got an amazing premise and the book is boring as shit. So I feel like that's worse, isn't it? But then you need to be sold to get into the book.
Yeah, that's the thing. I just felt like maybe it's just where it was placed on the with the blurb, you know, coming straight after Rare Snails and you know, being really excited about throwing all these men's in a wagon and taking them away across country.
I do agree with you though. The premise does sound boring as shit.
I was just like, by that second paragraph, I was just...
That is what I felt like when I was writing it all down, to be honest with you. Anyway, so accent can save me from the blurb. That's so funny. It's fine. You did a good job, Charlie, though. Should we go to the next one? We've only got two more to go.
Sometimes the northern accent can't save anything.
Yes, two more to go. We've got, and the next one I'm actually quite excited for. I may buy it, but I don't want to do that because I feel like I hate it.
I may.
And shut up. This is like word picture. So this is Sea Scraper by Benjamin Wood, the second Ben on the list. Yeah, this is. I think this is the shortest one. Someone said that well, I can't speak. That the Natasha Brown was the shortest one, but I think this could be the shortest one. This is 176 pages. I don't know. I don't know. And this was published the 17th of July, so fairly recently. It's got an average Storygraph rating of 4.3, which is amazing, but that's based upon only 27 reviews. And then it's got an average Goodreads rating of 4.21, and that's based upon 81 reviews. That's still quite high. So, this author comes from Merseyside, aka I'm going to say that's Liverpool. Merseyside and Liverpool, they're not the same place, but are they the same place? Well, this is my geography.
Well, you have to very cross to Mersey, don't you?
I put it down that it's a Liverpool.
We had the TV show Mersey Beat, but I'm not really sure where that covered because everyone just seemed to try and do a Scouse accent and hope for the best.
I look at a thing like Chris just said, honestly, what's the point of reading blurbs? I never read the blurbs because often it's just to see, like, you know, we're just trying our best, like.
Unless it's my blurbs. Unless it's my blurbs, because my blurbs was written by me.
Yeah, they're always perfect. 10 out of 10, Charlie. Yes, that's what I thought. Thank you. I did think it. I didn't want to like say the wrong thing, Jen, because if I said like, because I wrote down Liverpudlian author because it said Merseyside, and I was like, that is, and then I was questioning myself. Anyway, that's a whole other thing. Yeah. So anyway, so into the premise, the things, stuff about this. This is the author's 5th novel. So yeah, he's from Merseyside, but he currently lives in London with his wife and his sons. I don't know why I wrote that down. I just wrote that down.
Really important.
These are the things that works for Charlie. The hashtags for it on Zigzag are historical fiction, narrative themes of interior life, and I've written down Thomas. We follow Thomas, who lives a slow life with his mother. He works with his granddad as a shanker. but don't make me laugh. By the way, I'm not.
I noticed it out.
Yes, as a Shankar, but loves to play the guitar. At his heart, he feels like he's a musician. And then someone from Hollywood arrives with like the promise of the American dreams and stuff. And then the quotes, two quotes I've got written down is: "Sea Scraper is a mesmerizing portrait of a young man confined in his class and the ghosts of his family's pasts, dreaming of artistic fulfillment." And another quote I have got is: "A sensuous treat. So much care has been given to every detail of shrimps and sea mists and sink pits and the work of music. A language of the sea washes over every single page." Which to me, when I read that, I was like, oh, this sounds magical. But I know it's going to be like a really quiet book. And I think it was compared to like who's the author that got listed that you weren't that you thought was quite
I don't know, but this is the face I got.
Yeah, goodness. It's you do know what I mean. Or what's the one that was set in winter that was that you fall asleep to? Claire Foster.
Claire Keegan, I didn't fall asleep.
Claire Keegan. It's because of Foster. But it's not. It wasn't. The book wasn't Foster. The book was.
No, with Claire Keegan, with some things like these or whatever.
That's what I was thinking. It's that quiet kind of like novel.
I never said that. What I said about that book was that it read and sounded like a Call the Midwife Christmas special. Yeah. I have no idea why it received the plaudits it did, and maybe that's exactly how I feel about this book.
Yeah, because you did pull that same face, is what I mean.
Oh, definitely. Like
to me, this sounds like a very very Charlie book, and I like the cover, which shouldn't really influence me, but it does.
Right.
Sorry.
We found a Charlie book. That's good.
Yeah, it was small things like this. Yeah, no, exactly. This seems like a me Charlie book, and I feel like out of the list, it's like probably apart from Endling, it's like it's in my top 3. You know. Anyway, do we think he's from Parkgate? I don't know where Parkgate is, but anyway, right. So let us know if any of you guys are excited for this. I know that Jen had said that she'd read a previous book by this author and wasn't that enamored by it, but yeah. Oh, we read this already.
Did you?
Did we know? Oh no, I didn't. Oh no, I didn't read that. No, you're right. I didn't see him. Oh, you're right. Where did that come from? Okay. It says, "I like this long list because I've reviewed several of these already on NetGalley, so it won't take me long to get through the rest of the long." Oh, that's good. But have your thoughts of them, Chris, been good or bad, or let us know.
Then we have Ange.
And I did say prawns. I did indeed, because it says it's shrimps and sea mists, which basically made me think of like it's very like descriptions of landscapes and stuff. Which a book that has like descriptions of landscapes.
Well, they have to be good descriptions of landscapes, and they have to actually fit in with the narrative. I don't like.
But it says it's a sensuous treat, which makes me think it is good descriptions, Charlie.
Sensuous treat.
Yeah.
Sensuous. Oh gosh, we're moving on to. We're moving on. Goodness me. Language of the sea washes over every page of the novel. This is exactly why I don't read blurbs. That one is understandable.
I like that line though. No, seriously, Chris, I saw that and I know it doesn't tell you anything, but I was like, I just thought it just like, maybe it's because you mentioned the sea. If you mentioned this, I need to go to the seaside. Clearly, I haven't been to the seaside for a hot minute. This is maybe what's calling me. I need to go to Halo Island.
I never go for blurbs. I always read a couple of pages to decide if I want to read the book.
Well, I'm going to do that anyway. I'm going to do the trick of what Charlotte said. Charlotte Malloy used to go through and do all the samples from on the Kindle.
Yeah. You're really
good thing to do. Yeah, if you can get samples.
Yeah, this one, I don't know. I dislike the cover. I don't like the sound of it. But you never know. You could come to me next month and say this is one of the best, greatest books you've ever read, and you think I really ought to read it, and then I'll read it.
I don't think it sounds like a you book. It sounds like a me book.
But at the moment, I am very much of the opinion of if I was prioritizing any of them, it's not this.
Okay.
Actually, do you know, none of these books matter to me now. I found about rare snails. That's it. That's my problem.
All the other books are going to be rubbish compared. Yeah, honestly, Amelia, you're 100% right. It did give me Benjamin Myers.
No, don't say that because I really like Benjamin Myers.
I don't think you'll like it. And also, it is a 5th book not in a series, but it's the 5th.
It's not a series, but it's a 5th.
It's not a debut, is what I mean. So that won't piss you off.
I don't have a problem with debuts. I do have a problem with
you don't have a problem with debuts, but you don't particularly like it when they get listed for prizes, if we're completely honest.
That's the thing, but that's because I feel sorry for the author, because I think that it puts an unnecessary pressure on them. I don't think that any person who's, I'm not saying that they can't have written an award-winning book, I just think that it makes it exceptionally difficult for that writer, and I believe that they should just be left alone to write their next one.
Okay. Should we move on?
That's my point.
Fair dues. Then we've got the last book. I have to scroll down. I hate having to scroll down. This is the last book we're going to talk about is Misinterpretation, which I was very careful how I wrote it. I hope I haven't spelt it wrong. By Lydia Joga, I think. Joga. I think that's right. I was
going to say Joga too. So
yeah, Joga. I think that's right because I googled it, so I think that's correct. So this is the last debut. So we said about debuts. This is the last, the second of the debuts on the list. This book is 328 pages. It was published on the 5th of June. It's got an average Storygraph rating of 3.62 based upon 106 reviews, and it's got an average Goodreads rating, conversely, of 3.49 based upon 322 reviews, which doesn't really tell you a whole lot. This is an author from Tirana in Albania, I believe. And should we read the premise? The premise is, so I can take my breath. And it says it's another New York City one. It says in New York City, an Albanian interpreter becomes entangled in her client's struggles despite her husband's cautions. She starts working with Alfred, a Kosovo torture survivor, during his therapy sessions. His nightmares stir up basically her own buried memories, and then she also has an impulsive attempt to help a Kurdish poet, which leads to a risky encounter and a reckless plan. As her ill-fated decisions stack up and the narrator's nameless, and the nameless narrator's marriage and health are jeopardized, she takes a spontaneous trip over to Albania to go see her mother. And then when she returns, she has to face her actions. And it says she must question what is real and what is not. And it says the quote for this book is, compelling, startling, original, and gorgeous debut that conveys what it is to live in the quicksand between worlds and language. Yeah.
Yeah,
So your thoughts on this one, if you've got any, everyone?
I like the publisher of this book.
It's Daunt Books. It's Daunt Books. This is an indie.
Yeah, it's Daunt Books, and they've published a few books that I've liked.
And it's on Everand for the UK people.
I'm tentative about this one. There's a lot going on in the blurb, which makes me wary and makes me worry whether it could be doing the debut.
That is what I thought of actually when I saw the blurb. I was like, this sounds like it's a lot.
A lot, yeah. But then I say that, and then we look at the other book that I've also been saying that I'm really interested in, and that's doing a lot too. So
Endling. Oh, that is also a debut. Is that
so? Okay, so maybe it is the debut thing.
I think I've got it written on my notes.
But
you can
give
talk.
it a chance, I think.
Sorry?
I might be kind and give it a chance.
Yes, you should.
There are bits there that I like, but there are bits there that I don't like the sound of.
Yes. Yeah, the two debuts are Endling and Misinterpretation. So yeah, you are right. So maybe that is a link, like in terms of like packing a lot in.
You know, Charlie's just incredibly skilled. He can pick out the debuts. They're doing too much.
I did especially notice it with Misinterpretation, being honest.
Yeah.
But do you know what? I am excited. I do think it's on not in NetGalley. It's on Everand, so I am excited to read it. Well, let's see what you guys are saying. What have we missed? Amelia said, maybe it's only because I'm currently reading The Offing.
Sea Scraper.
Very interested in Misinterpretation. And Chris says, the voice of mice droppings comes through on every page. This is the fictional blurb for the last year's shortlisted. So motivational.
I really need to know if that book actually does have mice droppings as a narrator, though.
Sorry?
I do need to know whether that book has mice droppings as a narrator, though.
I don't think it does.
Because that's a really interesting take.
There was a lot of mice, though, in that book, from what I remember. A lot of mice. In fact,
Were they mice like in Babe?
Very uncomfortable. Sorry?
Were they mice like in Babe the Sheep Pig?
Like in what, sorry?
Babe, the film.
No, they weren't friendly mice.
About the pig.
Well, I don't know.
So they weren't being narrators?
Not that I can remember.
I don't care.
Remember there being so many of them. It was like an invasion of them. There was hundreds and hundreds and zillions of them.
If there were multiple mice,
they were everywhere. They started off, there was a couple, then there's a few more, and then before you know, I think it was like a symbolism. But yeah, anyway.
Oh God, you and I aren't here for symbolism.
And but this was for last year's list, so it's irrelevant. And
yeah, no, I know, but I was just saying. Like,
that's why I'm a little bit like, because with Audition being quite brain foody, I'm worried there's quite a lot of symbolism in that. Yeah. So if you had to pick. First of all, have you got any early? Everyone in the comments, I'm going to take this off the banners off now. Tell us what you would. What's the first ones you're going to head to? First of all, I've got to try not to scratch my face anymore.
I think for me, the first ones, like if my things come in at the library, then great. But the ones that I'm trying to find a list now, that I think I'd head to.
You can go through them again. You can say, or would you want to?
Oh, no, I've got them here. I honestly think it's going to be The Rest of Our Lives, Endling, and Audition. I think are the ones that are top of the list for me.
Your top three.
Oh, the top three
that you
want to read right now.
Yes, I mean
those were my top three I want to read right now.
Yeah, and so my top three, I would say The Loneliness of Sonia and Sunny by Kieran Desai, because I've got it, but that's not just the reason, because even if I didn't get it, that would still be my most excited one. And then I'm going to say Sea Scraper by Benjamin Wood Endling, and then Sea Scraper by Benjamin Wood. Endling I'm a little bit concerned about, because sometimes me and you, this is where it was like that book that I was really excited for with the weird cover.
I was thinking of that book exactly as soon as I read the premise. Thrust.
Yeah, because you loved that one. What was it called again?
Thrust by Lydia Yuknovich.
Yeah, with the amazing cover. I can go and get it, but no, I'm not going to.
No,
yeah.
But you see, I feel like that about Endling. I wonder whether The Loneliness of Sonia and Sunny has such a late publication date because of how big the book is as well. Because, a lot of people like to hunker down.
You mean physically getting it printed and getting it?
No, I mean in autumn. So, like, although
because big book autumn.
Yeah, so like people are more likely to sit down and read a huge book in autumn and winter than they would be in summer. Like if people are going on holiday in August, are they going to want a 688-page tome in the bag?
But I like reading big books in summer. I think the 2 times of the year I really love reading a big book is the beginning of the year and then the middle of the year.
Oh, I only mean because if they're going away on holiday, you aren't going to be packing that huge bag. Yeah.
No, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Whereas, like, for us in autumn, we're generally also reading Victorian books, which are huge. So yeah. I wonder whether that was. I don't know. I'm not in the publishing world, but it was a nice tangent to go off of.
And also, I think this cover is super, super beautiful.
Oh yeah.
I'll have to try and get the cover up to show people, even though I'm sure you've all seen it, but I'm going to still have it because I'm super excited for it. I just love it. Okay, big.
We've seen. Oh, you're the one. Yes, you said about this and the phases of the moon as well.
I love it. I love it. Love it. Love it. I just think it looks really beautiful, and I'm very excited. Oh, Chris said that. I think that the Desai book reads pretty quickly. Have you read it then, or that you've heard it read pretty quickly? I'm so excited. I have got it on NetGalley, so I'm so excited, Chris. Yeah. So yeah. Have you got any more thoughts? So, what do you think could be a potential winner already based upon this?
Couldn't do that.
You don't want to do that.
Well, it's not that. Looking at the list, I just
there's not like. Do you think there's any like themes that really stand out?
Well, the only thing that I could really see were like there's a lot about family in here and a lot about connection.
Connection, we can see that.
We saw the family mentioned.
And loneliness and isolation.
Yeah. Oh
and
God.
I guess I don't know. And New York City.
Yeah, but that's not surprising.
No, with SJP.
I
love that she's on that. Like genuinely,
I know you do. So many people are thrilled by that, and I'm like, I wouldn't know why, because
well, she's a reader. She's got her own publisher.
No, I know this. I know this. I just don't know her.
Yeah.
A lot of people are very excited based on who the celebrity is. But
I'm also excited by the other judges as well, because we've got Ayobami Adebayo,
whose book I didn't like,
and Kylie Reid,
whose book I didn't like. So that's what I mean. It's like
I think I thought that there was going to be more, I don't know, sort of more contemporary feeling books in some ways. I know that this is obviously the booker, so it's less likely to be.
I think for me,
kind of expected, because like obviously Such a Fun Age was like this kind of unexpected contemporary on this list. I kind of hoped there would be more of like a few more of those ones in here, which I don't really think we've got. But
I think that would have been okay, because like a contemporary, generally speaking from personal experience, read them a bit quicker.
Yeah.
But also don't much care for them. So
I think there's quite a lot of short books, which is good. There's not that many super long ones. So, I think it's good. I think it's a good list. I'm happy by it. Am I going to read every single book? Probably not, to be honest.
Well, we said let's divide and conquer.
I mean, do you want to do that? Do you want to get a list then and do a random, and we'll write it down now?
Well, we already know which books that we kind of want to read.
Well, you write down, so we have to eliminate then. So I've already got. Okay, I'm going to write it down now.
Oh, I'll get everything ready here.
So you've already got. Which ones have you already got? So that it gets.
So I have already got Audition.
Okay.
And Flesh.
And Flesh. So they are eliminated. And then also I've got the Loneliness of Sonia and Sunny. We'll see what other books we get plunged with.
You said you were going to send me Universality, so we can cut that off.
That means you've got three. But I've already read Universality, so that's also eliminated from. Anyway, but yeah.
Do you want to read The Rest of Our Lives as much as I do?
Sorry?
Do you want to read The Rest of Our Lives as much as I do?
No.
So I'll take that one.
Okay. In that case, if you're doing that, then I'm going to get the Sea Scraper.
Yeah. So how many books is that each?
You've got 4 and I've got 3, because I've already read Universality.
Okay, you pick another book for yourself.
Because of Universality, that's twice, so technically I need 2 more. Do I need 2 more? Let's see what have I got on Neverland.
Well, no, if you've already read
I'll keep the South. I'm going to pick this. I'm going to have the South as mine.
Okay.
Because that's already on my on Neverland.
Okay.
And the same with Misinterpretation is on Neverland. So that could be my 4th book. And then after that, it can be down to the gods of.
Okay, so what does that leave us with? Tell them to me as I'm typing.
Okay, let me go through. So we've got Love Forms.
Yeah.
One Boat.
Yeah.
Flashlight.
Go on.
The Land in Winter. I've already requested that. So actually, should we just have that as a unit, as me and you one anyway? Because we've both got. I've already requested it. So.
Okay, shove The Land in Winter on there for both of us then.
Okay. And then Endling.
Oh, did I not take Endling?
No.
Okay, there we go then.
We both want Endling. Flesh you've already got, thank fuck. Sea Scraper I've already got, and then Misinterpretation I've got. So that's it.
So I've got 4 books on here.
Yes.
Yeah. How many books have you got listed next to your name currently?
1, 2, 3, 4. And then you've got 1, 2. We've got 5 each.
Okay, 5 each. So this is us picking our final 2 each.
Yeah.
Okay, so are we going to go you, then me, then you, then me?
Well, you're my guest. You can go first.
Okay, then. So I'll go first.
Oh, the tension.
The book that I have chosen that I get first is
Please don't say Endling. It's going to be
It's
Endling.
one boat.
Ah, sorry. Sorry.
Oh gosh, that is hilarious. Like that's the one I can't even remember putting. Oh gosh. Bleak. I get the bleak book. Okay, this next one's yours.
Crossing from fingers for Endling. Endling.
I
say that because I don't know where I really want Endling.
Flashlight. You got Flashlight.
Oh, do you know what? Actually, I'm excited for that one. Except for I've got to be careful how I say it. So.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm thrilled by it. So our final two here are Love Forms and Endling.
So who's going to get which one's Love Forms? Oh, this is the one that. Do you know what? I don't mind either of those.
I know, but I feel like I'm going to get the one that my friend didn't like their previous book. So
you can always swap. Do you want me to just say, "Oh,
no, we ain't doing this. Let's leave it up to Wheel of Names.
I know, honestly, Chris. Chris was like,
I told you how it would go.
And Amelia said, "Don't forget everyone to leave a like. You're lovely. We love you. I'm going to give you some hearts for that, Amelia."
Yeah, I ended up with Love Form, and you got Endling.
Ah, yay! Endling's for me. But do you know what? It'll end up being that we both swap because then I still want to know what you think of Endlings.
Yeah, you're gonna have to you'll have to take a photograph and send me this list because I was not paying attention.
I will type it up. So on this list, I will go through the Charlie. We've got the books.
The Charlie Divide and Conquer for 2025 means that Charlie Brooke is going to be reading.
I'm going to be reading The Loneliness of Sonia and Sunny. I've already read Universality. Sea Scraper, The South, Misinterpretation, The Land in Winter. We're both going to read. Flashlight. I'm going to read, and Endlings. And Charlie is going to read Audition.
Yeah.
Splash. Universality. The Rest of Lives.
The Rest of Our Lives, I think.
Yeah, that one. One Boat and Love Forms.
Amazing.
I don't think that's bad. I'm happy with that. I would actually do that.
Yeah,
I'm going to do that and then we'll have to check in.
We'll have a check. Shall we do a check-in once we've read all 6 of those?
Are we actually going to read all 6 or should we just check in a couple of months?
No, I think it's a fantastic challenge for us.
I'm happy to. I've cleared my books.
You got to remember, if Charlie's science is going to work correctly, we've both got to read all 13 anyway.
Yeah, we're not going to read all 13.
We're not going to read all 13.
I can't do that to myself again.
We know who we are. That ain't happening. I think
we'll read the samples though of all of them. That'll be fair. We'll do. I think at least a few bits.
I think Divide and Conquer's fine, and I think if you read one that you think, oh, Charlie's really going to like this, I'll recommend it, and vice versa. We'll be okay.
I mean, we can still read the other ones if we're like you said. So, this was great, but it doesn't strike me as a Charlie H book. Do you think it's a me Charlie book, or do you think it's neither of us Charlie book either? You have to tell us, Chris. Oh my days! That is one though. Like I said, One Boat is one I actually nearly put on. So
yeah.
I think do you know what? I'm happy with this list. There are some that I would quite happily dodge. But overall, I think there's a mixture of you books and me books. Which
ultimately, the Charlie science is going to be fantastic this year.
Are we going to get it right? Do you remember what year was it? We did amazing. It was the year that
the year that Marley Almeida won.
Yeah, that year we predicted 5 of the 6 lists. 5 of the 6
on the short list, and that was because I hadn't yet read one of them.
Yeah,
and then we predicted the winner.
We did because that was our favourite.
Because a Charlie favourite and a Charlie favourite means a Booker winner.
I believe that's the truth.
We know that's the truth because we have such varied tastes.
Yeah, that is actually true. And so therefore, the judges, if they've got like you taste, I can't point in the right direction. You taste and me taste. Yeah, we're fine. Anyway, let us know. I hope you. I can't remember. I'm getting tired now. I hope you guys are well. It's been lovely nattering away to you guys. Yeah, it's been nice because I've missed chatting and doing the live show stuff with you. Oh, One Boat. Oh, here we go. Chris is saying One Boat is about grief, philosophy. I'm not so sure about philosophy and memory. I like those types of novels. I know others do not. I'll sample it, even though
I do like to see grief. We know this. I do have an interest.
Darling, you never know.
You never know. Suck it and see.
That's another one going on the t-shirt.
One day we're going to have all of this merch and nobody's going to know what to do with it.
We have so many t-shirts.
We should have actually written down all the ideas for t-shirts because we've got problems. We've kept talking about them and never done them.
There are some good ones.
There were some fantastic ones over the last 5 years.
Watch this space because me and Charlie want to do our own podcast at some point. We actually said we're putting this out into the world now.
You just put it out into the universe. I didn't expect that announcement to appear, but yeah.
No one's watching apart from these lovely, beautiful people here.
There's 19 people here for that announcement.
Yeah, the lovely people, our favourites.
Your lovely favourite people. Yeah.
Some of them, yeah. I mean, they're like all the people here. No, what I mean is there are more people that are favourites in my life, not just these mental people. Don't be naughty. I don't mean that. Honestly, I didn't mean it like I say it.
We've got this new venture planned. I like some of you.
No, I didn't mean that. I love everyone here. I just mean there are extra people that aren't here that are also my favourites. That's what I meant.
Oh, gosh.
I'm missing those. Should we end this live stream? Say goodbye to everybody.
I think that's a good idea because I need another cup of tea.
You're all taking the mick out of me. This is how I... You know me all so well. And then Zach said podcast or podcast. I don't think it'll be either of those, but we'll let you know when it happens.
Yeah, no, it would. Yeah, it's if only they had a word that could fit for us. If we could have our own pun. Yeah, but they don't have a word for that yet. They don't have a word for what we do, Charlie.
Probably best. Charlie is the one that banned Gemma from her own live stream. I didn't. I love Gemma. I would give Gemma big hearts. If Gemma's here now, I would be like massive hearts for Gemma.
Yeah, no, I feel like we would be perfectly okay because should we do the podcast, I think I'm the person editing it.
Thanks.
I thought we'd said this already.
I can't remember, but we.
You won't hire a producer. We don't have that kind of cash.
We'll get Anne to produce it. I'm joking.
That's fine by me. If anyone wants to do this for free for us.
Yeah. No, we do want to have a podcast. We're going to get microphones. I don't know if it'll be on YouTube though, so not unless it's like.
That's off air chat. Anyway.
Anyway. Good night.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, yeah, we'll speak to you all soon. Take care, everybody. I hope you guys are enjoying your summer and that you have a good summer. And
we will see you in half a dozen books' time.
It's been lovely talking to you guys, and we'll see you in a little hot minute. Bye! Do you want to press the button? Or do you want me to press the button?
Oh, yeah, you want me to press the button. Yeah. Ta-ra, Chuck.